Welcome to day 20 of Michael Keaton month, where I'll be reviewing all the movies that Michael Keaton has appeared in. Today I'm going to be talking about the film Desperate Measures. This movie was released, actually I can't remember when it was released because again I've had to go to Wikipedia because IMDb Mobile. It was wrong yet again, but the tagline of the movie is, "His son needs a DNA donor to live. The clock is ticking. The only match is a vicious killer. Now all Frank Connor has to do is catch him." And that's a really long tagline. This is a really kind of, I guess you could say, a cheesy kind of thriller movie from the late 90s, obviously. It was released on the 30th of January 1998. The lead of the film is played by Andy Garcia. His name's Frank Connor, as you just heard in the tagline. And Frank Connor's a cop, and his son is dying of cancer, and the only person, the only person who can give his son a bone marrow transplant is a psychopathic killer in prison, played by Michael Keaton, called Peter McGabe. Brian Cox is also in this movie as one of the captains, Captain Jeremiah Cassidy. There's a doctor in the movie, Dr. Samantha Hawkins, who is fairly instrumental in the movie later on, played by Marcia Harden. Marcia Harden, really? That's like very interesting. Do you know what? I actually thought that it was someone else. She looks very similar to someone else. Let me see if I can find out anything about that. No, I can't. I'm looking through her. No, that's interesting. That anyway, the kid is played by Joseph Cross, Matthew Connor. Joseph Cross is one lucky son of a bitch, because the movie we're going to be talking about tomorrow was also released in 1998, and he stars in that movie as well, with Michael Keaton yet again. This kid got to star alongside Michael Keaton in 2 movies in 1 year. That's annoying. Anyway, so we get this kind of cat and mouse kind of, well, not really a cat and mouse, well, yeah, I guess you could say it is towards the second act of the movie, but we got this kind of mind game going on between Peter McGabe and Frank Connor, because Michael Keaton, this psychopathic killer, he's like, "Why should I let your son live?" And he's like, "Well, think of it as redemption." He's like, "Who's saying I want redemption? Don't try and get inside my head. If I want you in there, I'll send you an invitation." And Keaton's very kind of stone-faced and just plays it really kind of coldly. Has a bit more fun throughout the movie, chews up the scenery a little bit, and most of the film takes place in this hospital where he decides to have his bone marrow transplanted to save this kid, and but we see that he's planning a bit more than that, and he plans his escape. He gets free, and he's inside the hospital, and all this stuff kicks off, and mainly inside the hospital. So it's really cool. I love that idea. They basically, it's a slow chase through a hospital, with lots of things involved, lots of different things at play, and Andy Garcia was good in the movie. I really bought that he cared for his son and everything, and Keaton was just really fun in the movie. I enjoyed him playing the bad guy. It wasn't like Pacific Heights. He had a bit more fun with this one. It's definitely cheesy. It's not realistic. I mean, if you want a realistic action thriller movie, you need not apply to Desperate Measures, because that's not what you're going to get with Desperate Measures. Particularly in the storyline, the only person, in any conceivable distance, is this one psychopathic killer. I mean, it's kind of, a bit of a movie twist, just to bends reality a bit, for the sake of drama and a bit of thrills and things like that. But I really enjoyed Desperate Measures. It was one of those guilty pleasure kind of movies. It's not great, but I really enjoyed it, and I thought Andy Garcia was really good. I thought Keaton was great. It was fun, and kind of twisted. There's this great scene where they wheel him into the hospital, and he's chained up, and they got police everywhere, and there's these 2 cops, and they got the guard dogs. And the guy who put wheeling Keaton in stops, and Keaton just looks at the dogs and goes like that, and just like kind of hisses at them, and the dogs kind of back off a bit. It's ridiculous. It's almost like a Hannibal Lecter kind of thing. But yeah, Desperate Measures, I enjoyed it. It was good. Michael Bay was originally set to direct this movie, but pulled out to do The Rock, interestingly enough. And yeah, that's really all I got to say about Desperate Measures. There's not much more that I can say about it. I'm just looking up the director for this movie, and they didn't really go on to do anything else of worthy mention, so that's that, I guess. Thank you for watching. Thankfully a shorter video, and tomorrow I'll be talking about what many people consider to be the worst Christmas movie ever. Thanks for watching.
I killed Boom Boom. And I cannot make myself feel bad about it. I cannot imagine a God who would care.
I have to warn you, not just about the physical danger, because he's already killed one prisoner and crippled another, but also McCabe is very sharp.
Right. You know why I'm here. My son will die without a transplant.
And somehow, I was identified as a genetic match with your son.
That's what I've been told.
Maybe you can appreciate my amusement at the irony. After all those years being locked up, I'm given the opportunity to kill again. A cop's kid at that. All I gotta do is stay right here.
Well, that's not acceptable. Matt is not gonna die.
We won't give up hope.
Transplant's gonna go down. The governor okayed it.
The only reason he would ever agree to do this is because he's planning to escape. Let him believe he can.
Let's give him the Demerol right away. It'll put him under.
Is he out?
It's not dropping. I don't understand. He's not responding.
Something went really wrong, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
This is Peter McCabe speaking. I'm in charge here.
How did he do that? He's smart, and he's got us exactly where he wants us.
Appreciate my work, Frank.
The governor wants you to bring in the SWAT team.
You kill him, you kill my son!
How many more people are gonna have to die tonight so that kid can live?
We're a team, Frankie. You begin to see that now. We've been a team since the day I met you. You want to test my resolve, Frank? My willingness to go the limit? You want to find out where you stop and I begin? Do you, Frank? It's good to be the king.